Jai Shani dear friends, I am very thankful to all my subscribers and I hope I will be getting your support like this in future as well. In this series of videos, we are discussing what is Saturn Rahu conjunction impact in various houses of birth chart and what will be the impact of Rahu Saturn conjunction in the first house, second house, third house and so on. Those who are interested in astrology and those who have this conjunction in birth chart, this series will be very helpful to them. I have worked hard in preparing this series so that whatever analysis I have done during the past more than 12 years on more than thousands of birth chart will be helpful for you as well. So I request you to please subscribe and like the video as it takes lot of efforts to prepare this video series. So let's start. Continuing further from the previous video of what is the meaning of Saturn Rahu conjunction in astrology, we now consider that you are aware of the basic characteristics of both the planets. If that is not the case, we suggest you to watch our previous video. Now in this video, we will discuss the impact of Saturn Rahu conjunction in the first house of birth chart on your career, on your married life, on your health. What will be the positive and the negative impact of this conjunction, and at the end of this video we will discuss the remedies which will be helpful for you. Now let's first discuss what is the first house of birth chart. The first house is also known as the ascendant or the body of the person. This gives the very basic information about the build, body type and immunity of a person. In case the horoscope is for an item, then it is about the overall idea of that item. This is the house of the overall body and face type and the complexion of the person as well. It denotes the east side of the place where the person is born. This house denotes the beginning of life where the soul takes birth in the form of a body. It can be said as the favorite house of the sun as well, as the sun starts to rise from the east direction. Now let's discuss what are the general characteristics of the Saturn Rahu conjunction in the first house of birth chart. Presence of Saturn Rahu in the first house creates disturbances in mind. When such person run after money or run for fulfilling the materialistic world's requirement, he faces huge mental stress. Such person face huge ups and downs in life, due to which in the later half of life it makes the person emotionless and try to keep himself away from the society or even family. Saturn is considered to be debilitated in the first house of the birth chart. Still, it doesn't give all results as bad. On the contrary, it is said that Rahu feels very happy in the first house as it is the exaltation house of its enemy sun. Now once these two enter the same house, that is the first house, they will be at some distance from each other. Here the results would vary depending on the distance between them. That means the degrees of Saturn and degree of Rahu placement in the first house. Such individuals are more culpable to get affected by the negative energies of this universe, and individuals could always remain in stress, in tension as well, because there is a tug of war happening between the constricting energy of Saturn and the explosive energy of Rahu. The person with this conjunction could have enemies or could face many enemies in his lifetime, and under favorable dasha they could come in an explosive manner, be it the disease or the enemies or loan. Now let's discuss about the career when Saturn Rahu conjunction is in the first house of birth chart. Presence of Saturn and Rahu in the first house may create hallucination in mind. Such person faces difficulties in taking decision related to career. His or her focus will be diverted, due to which he or she may face instability in career. Such a person always faces a sense of fear related to his job or business. Because this conjunction gives some shrewdness to a person, the individual would be smart, and because of the fact that Saturn is also placed here, could be slow but very tenacious. One might be good in career, especially where smart working is also required. Now for that to happen, we will have to see the zodiac sign this is happening, and also the dignity of the Mercury and Mars as well, because Mars is the original owner of this house and Mercury is the Karaka for mind as well. This individual would be very hard working as well, because the natural owner of the 10th house is now sitting in the ascendant, that is the first house, since it is sitting with the cunning Rahu, this person will go to any level to achieve the results and won't mind bending a few rules as well. This would be so if there are no benefic aspects on the first house or the first house lord. Now let's discuss what will be the impact of this conjunction on your married life. Since two functional malefic are in the ascendant itself and they have the seventh aspect to the seventh house of affairs and partnership and marriages, the individuals would not be so much interested in the aspect of marriage. The person could get married if the other planets which contribute to the said result are good, strong, and have a good aspect over the ascendant or the seventh house. This individual would get married to someone who still has some connection from their past lives, as the seventh house would have Ketu, and Ketu relates with the past lives very much. These individuals could marry at times also for the sake of their families or to raise a family if there is a good aspect of Jupiter on the fifth house, so the individual gets blessed with kids as well and takes their responsibility to raise them as well. Now let's move forward and discuss about what will be the impact of Saturn Rahu conjunction in the first house on your health. Since the Karaka of the sixth house and the Karaka of the diseases, Saturn is in the first house of the horoscope, the person surely gets some health issues which could be amplified by the positioning of the Rahu as well. If the Mars and Mercury are also afflicted very badly, one could have low intelligence and issues and ailments related to the head like migraines, etc. Since Saturn has its seventh aspect on the seventh house, in old age the person could suffer from leg related issues like weak knees or uric acid also. This could get amplified by the eating habits as well, which again in turn is affected by the placement of Rahu in the first house and which promotes the person to eat unhealthy foreign foods or foods that are high in fat and proteins like meat, red meat, alcohol, etc. Such person could also get liver related issues due to the drinking habits. Now let's move forward and discuss what will be the impact of this conjunction in a positive manner. Native is serious because of Saturn and of exploring nature because of Rahu. Such a person are successful in competitive jobs requiring shrewd thinking like modern day problem solving. Such persons are tenacious and do not mind repetitive work. Such people are good at starting again after facing failures. If this is good, then one could be working undercover for the government as well if Sun is also placed well for a government job. Such people generally go for marriage on their own and would not bind themselves in any shackles of the society. Such people could live long more, so if Jupiter and the first house lord are powerful because Saturn also provides long life. Now let's move forward and discuss the negative impact of this conjunction in the first house. Such a person could be overshrewd. The person could start to look muchly aged even at a young age. Such a person could be very lazy as well. There are chances that such a person may suffer from head issues or blood issues like migraine or depression as well. Some individuals could also develop a chronic drinking problem as well. Such individuals could be very harsh on their partners and might not be able to keep the partnership well. Their partner could suffer because of their attitude and harsh nature. Rahu could cause issues in married life due to affairs, and Saturn could bring problems because of the age difference and objections from the society. Now let's move forward and discuss what will be the best remedies for this conjunction in the first house. Person has to do more hard work than normal to please Saturn. Such a person should never hurt the feelings of his/her subordinates or workers or partners. Such person should donate dark blue colored clothes to needy person once in a year on every Saturday. Such persons should never take gifts made of iron. So that was all about the Saturn Rahu conjunction in the first house. In our next video, we will be discussing what will be the impact of this conjunction in the second house of birth chart. Till then, may Almighty bless you always, and thanks for watching the video.